an echo on my end for the reverb.
Yeah, because maybe you have the two mics,
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can work.
okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you good.
Okay, all right.
Now we start. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Real Talk with Lamin. Today I have a very special guest, Riva Marie Lambert, for joining me. Riva is an oracle and tarot reader, empath, energy healer, artist, and a writer. Today we are going to talk about healing, personal growth, spiritually, and finding yourself. Welcome to Real Talk, Riva. It is a honor to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
And you
you.
can call me Storm, please.
Storm, okay. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay.
So, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, hi. Thank you so much for having me. Grand Risings and Blessings.
Hmm?
I go by Stormy Obsidian,
Yeah,
and I am a nomadic traveler. So right now I am currently traveling in Thailand.
yeah,
If there is a little bit of a lag, that is why.
okay.
A little bit about myself.
Yeah,
I am what I like to call a being living a human experience.
okay.
And through traveling, actually through Thailand, it allowed me to go through a healing journey in a way that I would have never experienced otherwise
Hmm?
had I stayed permanently in the States.
Okay.
So, what that ended up looking like was basically me having to self actualize
Hmm?
and realize that a lot of the things that I was going through in the States,
Yeah,
a lot of trauma,
yeah.
like most beings, um,
Hmm?
I couldn't do that while still remaining in the States. And once I got here, I basically just found myself. So it's basically me just falling in love with me again and falling in love with my artistry, my
Yeah.
spiritualism, and me as a being in this stage of my life.
Wow. But if for example, okay, if people meet you
Hmm.
for the first time,
Hmm.
and who is Tommy, and what is your journey?
So my journey took a lot of different transitions.
Hmm?
For example,
Yeah.
I was always very quiet as a
Okay.
kid. I never understood why I always could feel the emotions of others around me.
Okay.
I could never articulate the fact that I felt like there was always so much sufferance,
Okay.
even though my home was a happy, loving home.
Yeah.
I was very quiet, but I also found myself being observant. My head was always in the clouds.
Okay.
And as I grew up in a very Christian household,
Okay.
with my mom as my best friend,
Okay.
she always instilled values such as forgiveness is for self, don't judge a person's book by their cover, because
Mm,
everybody has a story to tell.
exactly.
It's not up to us to rewrite their story. It's just for us to learn about who they are.
Yeah.
But be open to being open.
Yeah.
And there was a whole lot of different things that I learned within Christianity that
Okay.
basically, as I became a teenager going through life, I discovered that Christianity or organized religion was no longer my mode of faith.
Okay.
And with my mom's blessing, I began to first practice meditation,
Meditation. Okay.
which also led me to Reiki.
Okay.
Um, and then that kind of blended in with my artistry in and of itself,
Okay.
because what I do now is I create and combine art with wellness. So that looks like daily affirmations. It looks like journaling, sprinting rights,
Mm-hmm.
painting your emotions either to canvas or paper or to poetry. I also create music,
Okay.
sound healing. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
different things. But the spirituality aspects came because as a child, I was very sick, excuse
Okay.
me, and hospitalized a lot.
Okay.
And actually put on an intubator on life support 4 times as an adult.
Hmm.
In my very last experience, which was in November of 2023,
Yeah.
that experience is when I actually flatlined, crossed over, had a conversation with my mom,
Hmm.
who had passed away in 2012.
Oh, sorry for
And
that.
then I ended up coming back. No, it's okay. Because I'm glad that she's not here to see what's going on right now in the world.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
she's at,
she could have been proud of you right now.
yes, I hope so. We
Yeah.
have conversations actually daily.
Okay.
Because when I traveled here, I knew that my family had a history of being able to see things that others could not see.
Okay.
Um, and that also included spirits. But as a child, I never knew really what that was. I just know I wasn't afraid of it.
Okay.
But it wasn't until 2020 that I actually saw my children for the first time in another life
Okay.
in the household that I resided in at the time in 2020. And then coming here to Thailand, my very first time stepping into water in the ocean here.
Hmm.
I kid you not. I could literally see the spirits of the ancestors and ancients that have passed on and transitioned here in the water
Okay.
and in the mountains.
Okay.
So, very unique experience. But if I were to explain that to the average being who isn't open and
Hmm.
tapped into a different version of their higher self,
Hmm.
they would probably think that I was quote unquote crazy. But people that are tapped into who they are spiritually, when you find that you are open to being
Yeah.
open and you have a connection with Gusum, who I call goddess,
Yeah.
universe,
Okay.
spirit, ancestor, and Mother Earth, although I do believe in God,
Okay.
I happen to just refer to God as goddess because if we are made in His image, then I am a goddess.
Yeah.
But I've been able to tap into different things since coming here that have just allowed me to explore all facets of myself. So
Okay.
that would include being an oracle because I've always been able to see or have the gift of foresight or discernment as a child.
Okay.
That would also include practicing my wellness. That includes my sound bowl healing for frequencies and releasing pain, learning how to
Hmm.
heal myself, um, and just having a different walk, path, and relationship with myself that allows me to be able to speak with anybody and be firm in my truth and not feel less than because someone else doesn't understand it.
Okay.
If that makes
But
sense.
so you discover yourself, in 2020, or when do you know that, okay, I'm a tarot reader, or I have this spiritual connection, when, at what year or at your age, do you discover yourself, okay, I'm different person, I see things
Hmm.
that other people don't see. At what year
Hmm.
do you discover
I
yourself?
started, it started when I was 6.
6. Okay.
I would have
So,
dreams all the time
okay.
that would show me different things. But a lot of people just call it deja vu when I found the different things that I would dream about happening in real lifetime.
Okay.
Go
But
ahead.
okay, at age of 6, you discover yourself, you dream about things, that
Hmm.
you cannot even understood. But at that early age, if you tell your family members and friends, I dream about this, do they believe you, or how do they react, when you tell people about, your dreams, or when you talk about your spiritual connection and your terror? uh, how do they react? People, how do they see you?
It depends on who I'm speaking to.
Okay.
Because if I'm speaking to someone that's closed minded,
Mm-hmm.
or for someone that is still in the phase of not understanding that sometimes you have to unlearn the things that we've unlearned, or I'm sorry, unlearn the things that we've learned in childhood
Yeah.
about how, for example, for me to refer to myself as a goddess, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people that I speak with, when I say my spirituality is based on being a spiritualist, and I refer to
Mm-hmm.
God as goddess, they automatically assume that I don't believe in God because I call God goddess,
Okay.
right? Or when I tell someone that I read tarot, they automatically assume that there's witchcraft involved. So it
Okay.
really just depends on who you speak with. If someone is open about learning who you are versus judging your walk,
Mm-hmm.
then they will be open to understanding why you feel the way that you feel. So when I
Okay.
talk to my parents
Yeah.
or the loves in my life, I
Yeah.
had some people who were like, no, that's absolutely crazy. There's no way that you can see spirit or that you can
Yeah.
hear frequencies of things that you shouldn't be able to hear, even at the age of 6.
Yeah.
However, in the organized religion world, there are pastors or people in strong faith who
Mm.
often prophesied it over my life. And if you're
Yeah.
in the religion world, you know that for someone to prophesy over you, that means that they themselves say that they have to give the foresight and that they can see things over your life, or that the spirit speaks over your life to them, and they're able to tell you what they can see about you.
Okay.
In my world, some
Yeah.
people will call that psychics.
Some people call it.
In my world, someone would call an oracle like a psychic. And when I
Okay.
say my world, I mean spiritualism.
Spiritualism. Okay. But can you see, or can you, for example, okay, can you meet somebody on the street, and you can read on like spiritually and tell them, okay, oh, brother or sister, this is what you are going through in life. Or brother, if you do this, I mean, life will be better. Or are you doing that sometimes to people? Oh,
So I did not do it prior to coming to Thailand. And the
okay.
reason was because I was often judged for thinking and feeling differently. It
Okay.
wasn't until 2020 when I had gone through um, a serious depression because I was just tired
Okay.
of being misunderstood.
Yeah,
And
I
I was
know.
tired of feeling like I was alone in my emotions,
Yeah.
that I started to just discover myself and
Okay.
accept myself for the being that I was. And when I came here to Thailand,
Yeah.
um, I actually stepped in the water for the first time, and that's when God has spoke to me and just told me to live in my truth.
Okay.
So I became fearless in that. And this
No.
has been my travels has been over like a year and a half now, where if I see something about
Yeah.
someone, if
Yeah.
they're a random stranger, no, I'm
Yeah.
not just going to go up to them, right, and start speaking what I see, if I can see anything. Because
Okay.
some people are blocked to the
Mm-hmm.
point where they're closed off, or they're still in their healing trauma or healing journey,
Yeah.
or locked in trauma. And when you're locked, you can't receive because there's a blockage there. And so
Okay.
if you're blocked, you may not even want to see what someone else or accept what someone else says that they can see over your life.
Okay.
But that's also why there is alignment. So
Hmm.
God has actually puts people in my path that are ready or willing to look for something different. Because with the state of the world right now, it is not a secret that there is a shift happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of hurt, anger, rage, frustration. People are tired and exhausted.
Yeah, exactly.
So oftentimes I find people who I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just sitting down having either a basic lunch or meet because we happen to meet at a restaurant
Mm-hmm.
and we're introducing ourselves. And they often say, "There's something about you, but I don't really know what it is."
Yeah,
And I just smile, right? Because I know who I am, but
yeah.
you've yet to learn. And then through conversation, and it may not even be about something seriously deep, but
Okay.
because I can feel their
Mm-hmm.
energy,
Mm-hmm.
and typically the things that I feel from others mostly are if they are in severe pain, mentally,
Yeah,
physically, or emotionally, or spiritually, and I
yeah.
can feel deception.
Okay.
So
But
when, go ahead.
but what I just want to know, what is your purpose? What is the purpose of the journey going to, I mean, Thailand? I mean, is it terror reading that took you to Thailand, or you just go there for a vacation, or what was your purpose, going to Thailand, And another question is, how do you gonna make people, around the world, like people listening to you right now, and they wanna
Hmm.
learn about what is the terror reader mean? And I want you to give a detail about it, so people could understand, oh, this is terror reading, this is what they do. Maybe many people, they don't know what is the purpose of what you people are doing, and that's why they got to misunderstood people who do terror reading. I mean, it will be very, very important, you give detail about, the importance of, terror reading, why it is important. It's a spiritual thing, so
Hmm.
people could understand that too. Yeah, and even me too, I can learn about that too. To know, maybe tomorrow, if I meet somebody else, I mean, the
Hmm.
person do terror reading, then I can be open minded to person. Oh, I understand this is what they do. It's a spiritual journey. I mean, they can read people. They tell you something that you don't know about yourself. Because if you find yourself, there are a lot of people they don't know about themselves. They cannot find themselves. If you can give more
Hmm.
detail about that, about terror reader. So,
So, so it's not just one thing
mhm.
that brought me to Thailand. There
Okay,
was a plethora of things that brought me to Thailand, but the main thing was because of healing
healing.
that I
Okay,
was in need of myself,
okay, for yourself.
for myself, yeah,
Okay,
as a
okay,
being living a human experience.
okay.
One of the things that I do is tarot reading.
Terror reading. Okay,
But the thing about tarot that people have to realize is, first and foremost, it is not a replacement for true crisis mode. If you're
hmm,
dealing with something emotionally and you feel as if you need help, seek professional help. I always tell people that. So it's not a placement for medication or being prescribed something by a physician or talking to a professional.
okay,
Tarot reading and oracle reading is basically you, your own energy,
okay,
what you are putting out into the universe, what you
okay,
know for yourself to already be true, but you just
okay,
need confirmation. So
okay,
your energy actually allows a conduit, which is what I am,
okay,
to pull the cards that you yourself are seeking clarity for. But it's basically the universe and energies and spirit giving you back the answers that you already know for yourself to be true.
okay,
It just happens to look uh it happens to look a little different because it's in the form of cards. So some
okay,
people do past, present, and future.
okay,
Some people do a Celtic cross, where it basically tells you your journey from where you were
okay,
in your life to where you currently are, for your
okay,
transitions, things that you have questions about, whether it's relationships, your
mm,
work, your own
okay,
spirituality, how to get out of certain situations or debts?
Yes.
Should I end this relationship or not?
Mm-hmm.
But these are all things that you actually know for yourself to be true. And this is
Okay.
for everybody, anybody that's listening to tarot or learning, trying to learn about tarot. Because I
Okay.
read for myself, and that's where I started my journey. I was
Okay.
always interested in it because I was open to simply being open to something different.
Okay. So
But I
meaning,
always knew that I had a path. Go ahead.
tarot reader have to be an open-minded person.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't be judging people who they are. You have to accept people who they are, right?
No one should honestly judge anyone,
Anyone, okay. But
period, because
okay.
everybody has a different life
I
path.
I I don't know whether is this tarot reading is different. I think in Africa too, like my country, I think they have that too. People do they talk about you go to them, they will read you and tell you about your future. I mean, what's gonna happen. I don't know whether it's the same procedure. I mean, there are
Hmm.
people who do the same. You will go to them, and they do some kind of I don't know miracle or spiritual thing, and they will be telling you. I mean, this and this and this, you are going through this, and this how your future gonna look like, and we have that too. So I don't know whether it's the
Hmm.
same spiritual journey, as well. I don't know whether it's the same as tarot reading. Do you
There are
understand what?
different modalities. Um,
Okay.
Tarot typically. So if I can explain, I guess the basic question of what tarot is.
Yeah.
It's a system that has about 78 illustrated cards, and those are filled with symbolism,
Okay.
architects, and themes. And those things reflect different aspects of human experience, relationships,
Okay.
challenges, beginnings and endings, growth, fear, hope, transformation,
Hmm.
all of those things. So,
Okay.
in my practice specifically, I
Yeah.
don't view tarot as something that controls your future or
Okay.
takes away your free will. I specifically use it as a tool for intuition, reflection, and guidance. So when someone comes to me with a question, the cards themselves can help us look at the situation from
Okay.
perspectives that they might not have considered.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's an imagery or meaning
Yeah.
of a card that'll bring something to surface that the person already knows internally, but
Okay.
hasn't been able to articulate it yet. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. I mean, here is another question here. I mean, what does being an empath mean to you, and how can someone knows if they have one?
So for me,
Hmm?
what it feels like, think of if you've ever been in a situation where you're uncomfortable, or you sense danger,
Yeah.
right? Your body will automatically do the whole fight, flight, or freeze because
Okay.
it's protecting you,
Yeah.
right? For me, that's the same thing as what empath or empathic nature is to me.
Okay.
Because I can feel especially deception or pain in others,
Hmm?
when someone comes to me and I know that they're not being truthful, I can't explain what it feels like, but it's like a gut instinct or a gut
Okay.
feeling that I know that I'm being lied to.
Okay.
It's the same thing though when it comes to pain
Yeah.
and the newness of what I'm experiencing now, because I had only actually experienced it with one person,
Okay.
is that with my partner,
Yeah.
no matter where they were in the in the world, whether we were states apart or they were at work and I was at home,
Hmm?
for example, I would always have like a bellyache, or if I was nauseous, or if I had a headache, I
Yeah.
know that I had eaten. I know that I wasn't stressed. I know that I was fine. However, when I will call a check in at work, it's, oh my God, I had a really bad migraine today. or oh my God, I had a really bad stomachache today. And I'm like, okay, so these are your feelings that I'm feeling. But that's a whole different kind of connection between partner and partner.
Okay.
But it's also the same thing now that I'm experiencing with other people, which is why I got into Reiki.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can physically feel where that person is blocked as an empath
Okay.
on your body from their person. So if I explain
Mm-hmm.
uh, what it feels like to be an empath,
Yeah.
it feels like for me, I'm in a crowded
Mm-hmm.
room full of people
Okay.
and all of the hurt that they feel, all of the anger that they feel, sometimes the joy. It's
Okay.
like it bubbles up inside of my stomach, and sometimes it makes it very hard to breathe. It can feel like a
Okay.
panic attack, especially if somebody is in severe pain, even if and especially if it's emotionally based, because there's a feeling of heaviness. It's a thickness.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an anchor that you can sometimes feel, especially if a person is experiencing a lot of pain, trauma, guilt,
Yeah.
um, everything that's sucky with the world. I guess I can say
So
you can. I can personally feel that, and not just person to person, but I can feel it through text.
okay.
I can feel it through the tone of someone's voice. So that's why a lot of times, even if I see a stranger walking on the street, I cannot
Mm-hmm.
just walk by and see someone crying and not say, may I please offer a hug? Because I
Okay.
can feel that
Yeah.
and it's heavy. And that's why I always tell someone kindness is free.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably one of the one thing that does not cost anything.
Yeah.
And
That's
taking
right.
out the time to be kind to someone can possibly save their life.
Yeah, you are right. That's very true. But so in part mean that it's something that you have to feel like okay,
Yes, you can feel it.
the energy you have to feel maybe okay. For example, I meet somebody else, I see that our energy is not going. Like it's something that I should be feeling in myself that this is not right. This is
Mhm,
this is not normal.
mhm.
That's what it.
That's what your intuition is. Your
Okay.
body will always tell you
So so
when.
meaning so so
Go
meaning
ahead.
we have to listen to our body reaction too, right?
Absolutely,
But sometimes
absolutely.
but many people they don't do that. They don't listen to their body reaction. It's hard for them. So maybe that's why they don't know themselves that much, because if you are in a situation like what you said, you will have a reaction, your body, the vibes and everything, you will get the energy, whether the energy is good or the energy is bad. We feel
Hmm.
that, but to know it,
Hmm.
that's the problem. Most of the people, maybe like me, I couldn't know it. Okay, I don't know the bad energy of somebody else. Maybe I meet somebody else, he or she's having a bad energy against me, but I will
Hmm.
not know it. It's hard to know, because I don't listen to myself.
So that's one of the things that we always have to do. You have
Okay.
to, you basically have to honor your body
Hmm.
and oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I thought I muted myself.
Yeah, it's okay.
Honor who you are
Okay.
as a being. When
Okay.
I say I'm an empath, I'm describing someone whose experiences are very strong,
Hmm.
sensitivity to the emotions, moods, energy of people and the environments around them.
Okay.
So for me, it's more than caring about somebody. Like I was explaining, when I can walk into a space and I can immediately notice that something feels different
Different. Yeah.
or off before somebody has even actually told me that it was happening.
You could have feel the
Spiritually, I
energy.
can understand, yeah, that some of that is through intuition and my own energy. But at the
Okay.
same time, I can actually recognize that there are very human explanations too, like sensitivity to body language,
Yeah.
tone of voice, facial expressions, or if somebody's behavior changed. So I don't
Okay.
necessarily claim that every feeling I experience comes from physically from another person, but part of being or becoming more grounded as an empath
Hmm.
is actually learning to ask, is this feeling mine? If I wake
Okay.
up today and I'm fine and happy, no stress, right? Nothing's
Yeah.
happened, but I can
Yeah.
step into a room among, let's say, let's say you're at work, right?
Yeah.
You're on your podcast.
Yeah.
You go to a friend's and you leave your podcast and you're fine, right? You had a good set, you had
Hmm.
good energy all day.
Hmm.
You walk into a friend's house and all of a sudden you feel
The
a
energy.
heaviness in your chest. You
Right.
feel sad or you feel angry, but you don't even know why because your whole entire
Why?
day was good before you
Exactly.
got around certain energy. So
Hmm.
that's your body telling you, listen, something isn't right.
Right
It doesn't
here.
necessarily mean danger.
Yeah.
It doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with you. But that's when you have to ask, is this mine? Does this feeling belong to me? Or is it something that I'm observing? Or am I projecting something of my own into something else's situation or somebody else's situation?
Okay.
Because discernment is healthier than assuming every sensation comes from somebody else's energy,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, what you said here is very, very important. We have to, listen to our body, and we have to read, the energy too. That's. I mean, it happened to everybody else. Because you can go somewhere else, and feel the energy is not good for you here. But you don't understand why. It's very, very important. What you just said here. It's something that I really learned here. About this tarot thing and spiritual thing, because maybe we need people to explain this to us detail so we can understand, okay, spiritual thing is this and this and this. It's not a witchcraft thing. It's not something which
Hmm.
is which is bad. It's not bad, because many people maybe they think that our spiritual thing is witchcraft things, because they don't know the word of spiritual. They don't know it. So
Hmm.
what spiritual mean to you?
So that is something deep. And the
Yeah.
reason that it is for me is because I didn't grow up as a spiritualist. I grew up in a Christian household.
Okay.
So for me,
Hmm?
spirituality is about connection.
Connection.
It's about
Okay.
connecting to myself,
Yeah.
to other people around me, to nature, to
Yeah.
my own intuition, to the universe, and whatever we as individuals understand that there is something greater than ourselves. There's something more than just what we're being taught or told. I don't believe that spirituality requires everybody to follow the same belief or practice or deity or any other, thing of that nature. My spirituality, however, it encourages me to look inward and ask questions of myself. It looks like, who am I? Why do I respond to things the way that I do? What am I carrying? Why can't I release it? What am I becoming? So that's where my practices of meditation, tarot, oracle, Reiki, and creativity, and all of the things that I do, spending time in nature. I ask myself all these questions because if I don't, I would be a very lost individual as a being living a human experience. Are you back? It cut out a bit. Hold on 1 second. I think there is an internet connection again. Can you speak so that I can hear? Oh, you're muted.
So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, good. I mean, you have described a lot about terror reader and spiritual thing, which is very, very important as a human being. We have to be really, really. You hear me, right? Can you hear me? Tell me how just disconnected, connected. We have okay. She's back.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I can hear you good now. I mean, you have described a lot about tarot reader and spirituality, but what role does healing play in your work with people?
The role that healing,
Play on people?
the role that I play with people, or that I
Now,
play,
now, I mean, what role does your healing play with the people, like helping people?
yes, that's what I'm trying to. I'm reflecting as I answer it because I want to make sure that I answer in a way that could be understood.
Yeah, okay.
If I can just say one sentence,
Yeah.
um, I do not wish to see anyone suffer.
Wow, that's
It's
good.
such a crazy, it might sound cliche, but really that song, What the World Needs Now, is love, and things like that. That is really the truth.
Yeah,
Because if you turn on social media, if you turn on the news, you can't escape heartache.
you, you are right.
That's my role. It is very difficult for
Yeah,
people that do understand. And when I say understand, for me, there's a difference between understanding and understanding. Understanding something, yes, you can comprehend what I'm saying, but understanding is a deep feeling of knowing inside,
yeah,
like your heart of hearts, your true conviction of self that this is what you feel. This is where your purest intention comes from.
yeah.
So for me, understanding the road that I live is not an easy one.
Mm,
And
okay.
oftentimes I have gotten I used to get, I should say, upset. I used to feel very angry because I'm like, why do I feel like I have to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders? And I'm sure
Okay.
many people feel that way.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had to answer a call, especially when I actually crossed over and transitioned when I was on life support in 2023.
Okay.
And my mom actually came to me and she was saying, I know that you're tired and if you're ready,
Mm,
I'm here. But I kept saying, no, I have to go back. And I could feel even in the spirit, in the spiritual sense of her transition, her mourning all over again because we couldn't, we couldn't transition together at this point. But I knew
yeah.
that there was a purpose and I just didn't understand why.
Right.
I'm still learning in truth because I'm still a being living a human experience. So I'm always evolving. I'm always asking questions. I'm always questioning.
Of course.
Um,
Okay.
why am I the person that feels everything? Because it's hard to do to
Yeah.
feel what everybody
That's
feels.
that's
It's
true.
hard to watch somebody suffer and not be able to help them.
Help them. That's true.
But I want to learn how to try, even if it's something as simple as, okay, can I hold space for you right now? What do you
Mm,
need in this moment? Do you need a listening ear? Do you need someone to sit with you and hold space without judgment?
yeah.
Do you need someone to sit and have you pour everything that's going on with you out just so that you can get the healing release that you
Yeah.
need?
Yeah. Wow.
Do
That's
you
powerful.
need someone to hug you even? And
That's
that's a huge thing for me.
that's a powerful statement, because people we all need that, we all need somebody who will listen to us without judging, I mean, listening to us, find a way, to accept people and help them. It's a very powerful statement. You just, because the world need it. You just said, you don't want anybody to suffer. Which is a very very big statement. Because we all want to hear that. We don't want people to cry. We don't want people to suffer. We want people to heal. People are suffering. People are fighting battle in silence that they don't. Nobody understood. People are crying.
Absolutely.
People are crying in silence. Without the world know nothing about it. At the end of the day, we keep on judging those people wrong because we don't know their story. We don't know what they are going through. I mean, healing is a very, very important thing, to people, we all need it. But what are the most biggest struggle you see people dealing with when they come to you? Like for example, somebody come to you, for help. I mean, what do you see? What do you feel about them when somebody come to you for help and you feel that they are going something truly deep in themselves? How do you feel?
Mhm. So when practicing Reiki, I have to learn how to center myself first.
Okay.
And centering myself means for me, because it's different for everybody. Everyone grounds differently. Me personally, I have crystal bracelets that I wear
Huh?
on my person. I have jewelry that I wear. But these are all things that can, for someone else, just be tangible objects. For me, it's about the intention and what you put into what you
Oh,
dress, what you're adorning your body with when it comes to healing specifically for me.
okay.
Um, and I want to also make this point
Yeah.
because I'm careful not to present that every spiritual belief is a scientific fact. But
Okay.
there's room in my worldview for spirituality, curiosity, and critical thinking to coexist together. So
Okay.
for me,
Huh?
when someone comes to me and I have to first center myself, but there are moments where I can't always be prepared for it because oftentimes, like I said, I meet random, especially
People.
being here, which is why I love this country so much. But I meet random people a lot of times, and a lot of times it's just them having a simple conversation with me that turns into something way deeper than they actually planned on divulging.
Yeah.
And I always get the end thing of, wow, I'm sorry I unloaded all of that on you. I never actually talked to a perfect stranger about my life story before, right?
Okay.
But you yourself have to become a safe space individual in order for
Yeah.
somebody to receive you as a safe space.
Yeah.
So sometimes people come to me a lot of times without even realizing that they're actually coming to me for guidance. It's just as simple as, hey, let's go have a cup of coffee. And then we're sitting down because
The energy.
I can literally feel the energy. I'm just simply, hey, are you okay? Because I can sense something going on. But again, if you feel safe enough to share that with me, please do. And if you don't, I'll respect your boundary because I'm also about consent and safe
Question.
spaces.
Okay.
And so a lot of times people will just talk openly without even realizing it. And what that feels like, it depends on the situation because I've had people come to me who have been in situations where they do not feel safe in their home
Oh,
because
okay.
of certain trauma.
Yeah.
I've had people who've come to me um, because they don't know what to do about a relationship, right?
Okay.
It's ending, or
Yeah.
they don't know how to communicate or talk about it.
Yeah.
Um, I get people who have been assaulted.
Okay.
I get beings that have had losses, where I'm losing my parent. I've lost my child. Just different
Hmm.
things.
Yeah.
And this is just human to be in conversation. It's
Yeah.
not like someone is checking in for an appointment. These are just beings that I'm meeting like literally in expat groups or on the street or just through random conversation because I saw someone sitting at a coffee shop and I could feel something was off and I just simply said, "Hi, how are you?" and gave them a smile. That smile turned into a conversation. That conversation turned into them needing to release whatever it was that was inside without
Was
them even
there?
realizing they had to release it.
Yeah, because that's healing. You help people to heal, through conversation as well.
Yes, absolutely. That's the only way that you really truly can get to know someone.
Yeah,
Because
that's
even though
true.
you can feel you can see someone and not speak to them and sometimes kind of get a sense of what's going on.
Mm,
However, again, especially if you're in a crowded room, there's no telling whose energy you're picking up on. But there's
mm,
something about that one person, at least for me, I feel like, hey, for some reason, I need to go and just hi, or I need to maybe go and just give them a nod or a smile. And it's not because I expect them to tell me everything, but it's because I can feel that there is something going on that maybe they can't share with their family members or friends or partner, right?
okay.
Because those are the very people that they're dealing with those issues with.
Yeah.
And one of the things that people find that they can talk to me more so about,
Yeah.
or the reason that they find that they can share personal things with me that they've never even really been able to explain to someone else, is
Someone
because
else.
when you have problems going on in your life, a lot of
Mm,
times people will turn to family or they'll turn to friends, right?
yeah. Yeah.
What happens when you do that? Okay, say for example, you're in a relationship with somebody. You
Mm,
care about that person and you tell your friend, hey, my partner cheated or my partner did X, Y, and Z.
mm,
Automatically, your partner is or your friend is going to be in defensive mode
yeah.
because they want to protect you.
You
And so sometimes
exactly.
they will project their own feelings or their own issues onto you. And
Mm,
then it's leaving you, the hurt being that's coming to this person with support or for support. Now you have to deal with their anger, their issues. And then what happens if you get back with your partner? Right?
yeah.
Then your friend is, you're feeling judged by your friend because they feel like you don't need to be with that person because they know the hurt there.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that you may have possibly healed that situation with between you and your partner or forgave your partner,
Mm,
and now it just creates a thing. So I'm saying all that to say people talk to me for various reasons.
it's
Oftentimes though, it's because they feel like they don't have another person to talk to,
okay.
or if
But
they do, that person might not understand. And sometimes it's a lot easier to just unload your issues. I don't choose the word unload. I say sometimes it's easier just to have a conversation with someone else
conversation.
that has no bias, that won't
Okay.
judge because they don't have it, they don't have a stake to play in your life.
They
If
need a
they're
boy.
helpful,
They
all they
just
want to
need
do is
they just need a listening ear, somebody who will just listen to
absolutely.
them. Mm. I mean, this
And that's
is
the issue with most people, to be honest.
your healing
They just need
process.
to be heard.
Your healing process is very, very, very good. Because you listen to them. You help them. Through the process. You heal them. Through conversation. You support them through conversation, and which is very, very important. When people come to you with their own problem, they don't know who they will talk to. They don't know who to trust to open themselves to. And when they come to you, they are open to you. They tell you their story. They tell you their struggle. You listen to them and you give them an open-minded conversation. That help them. And even when they go home, when they will be thinking about that conversation, and then when they get healed from that, because you heal them, through conversation. But here is another question too.
Mhm,
I mean, how do you how do you help someone who
mhm.
feels complete loss and disconnected from themselves?
So, if a person is feeling, or for the individual that is feeling lost and completely
Disconnected.
disconnected from themselves,
Yeah.
find the root for
The roots
why.
of why it
Find the
happened.
root, correct. Find the root of the why. And sometimes finding the root is the thing that we don't want to face, because sometimes we have to face either the person that loved us the most or that we trusted the most that
Hmm.
may have betrayed, or the person that we feel like should have protected us didn't,
Okay.
you know. So a lot of times, this is why I always speak of talking to your inner child, because in my personal belief, we all have one.
Okay.
When we are born, we're not born with hurt, pain, anger, or any of these things that have been taught in our hearts. We are born pure beings. We're born souls that have made a covenant or a connection in another lifetime, more than likely, and we're rebirthed into the world, right? But when we come into the world, there's innocence there. It is
Mm-hmm.
only when beings of the world force you to see the true ugliness of it that you yourself become something different, that
Yeah.
you yourself become jaded, that you yourself become cynical, that you yourself become untrusting. But we
Yeah.
weren't born like that. That's why babies are so fearless. That's why they
Mm.
can literally, jump off of tables without fear of hurting themselves, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Adults, a lot of times, or other individuals, they know the pain, but you
Yeah.
have to get to the reason why. And if you are strong enough, or if you are brave enough, or if you truly want to get to the root of why you feel disconnected, because you didn't wake up, you
Mm.
weren't born disconnected, something had to happen, or trauma or something happened that caused you to be disconnected.
Disconnected.
Find the
Okay.
reason as to why you are
Why?
disconnected.
Okay.
Whether that's going back, talking to people that you feel have wronged you. I would first and foremost, though, start praying or meditating first.
Pray,
If you
praying and med.
believe in a higher source, yes, if you believe in a higher source,
Mm.
talk to yourself. First, start speaking life into yourself, because we're beings that live a human experience, or humans, if that's what you want to call everyone,
Mm.
right? We are all going through the crap of the crap. We're all going through something. There's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
Even in my darkest hour, I am learning that things don't happen to me, they happen for me, because there's a difference. For something to
Yeah.
happen for you, that means there's a life lesson in that. And it's something
Yeah.
that you have to take out the time to try to learn. So, for the person that feels disconnected, I
Mm.
will say first, if possible, try to connect back with yourself. Get
With
into
yourself.
nature. Get into
Okay.
nature. Go to a beach, go to some kind of open water,
Mm.
go sit at a park and just quiet your
Medi-
mind.
meditate.
Meditate.
Okay.
Meditate. Quiet
I
your
mean,
mind. Listen to some calming music with healing frequencies.
that's
And
that's
just
that's very
listen.
very in. Okay.
Because when you feel disconnected, there's something that happened there that took place that caused you to
Yeah.
feel that way.
Yeah.
But
That's
if you
true.
can quiet your mind long enough to try to start to seek healing first,
Okay.
forgiveness for self second,
Mm.
right? Forgive yourself for feeling angry, for feeling stuck, for feeling stagnant, because we're not. We're all stuck in this. I'm trying not to use a curse word, but we're all stuck in this the shit of the world.
Yeah.
So everyone feels like they are stagnant, stuck. You can't progress. How can you progress when groceries are up sky high, or
Yeah.
when some people are struggling to feed their children? So the disconnect.
Mm.
Find the root of the reason why.
Why? Okay.
Meditate. Journal to yourself. If you have dreams, for example, because your dreams can be very prophetic. Your
Okay.
dreams can tell you what's happening. When you have dreams, start noticing patterns. Are you saying numbers that line up? Are
Okay.
you um are you hearing the same names over and over? Is someone from if someone has passed in your life, are they coming to you in dreams? Because your ancestors will come to you and they'll talk to you. You just have to be willing to listen. But start
Listen.
paying attention. Start
Okay.
journaling, even if it's 5 minutes a day.
Okay.
Take pen and paper for 5 minutes and just write,
That's
and
good.
then go back and process what you've read. That slowly talking to your inner child, forgiving yourself, having an ugly cry, especially if you are a male being. And I really want to, because I've been having this conversation a lot.
Mm.
There is no weakness in being vulnerable, no matter what your gender is. There
Yeah,
is no
that's
weakness in crying. There is no weakness in saying, I need help. There is no weakness in saying, I need guidance. I can't do it by myself. I'm struggling, especially if you are a male, but
yeah,
females too, because we're all struggling. But
yeah,
basically, forgive yourself for feeling angry. Forgive yourself for feeling stuck. You are not a failure. Your life has
yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
Your life has meaning. You are worthy, whoever you are. Find the reason and the root. Talk to a counselor if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Speak with someone that you trust, even
Yeah,
if it's an outside source other than someone of your family or friends, a complete stranger, or a professional counselor or whatever have you, but talk to someone. Get that out. Because once you start certain therapies, even because I'm also I'm a mental health advocate, so I'm a very strong advocate for
okay,
therapy, for talk therapy,
okay,
for speaking with somebody that can help you process the what you're feeling inside. Because a
okay,
person can be a spiritual being such as myself, but even I have had therapy in my life that has
okay.
allowed me to process the emotions and understand why I felt, so angry, so hurt, so upset, in so much pain because I was going through trauma and different things in my life, and I couldn't explain the reasons why I felt like I allowed certain things to happen.
Wow.
Right? So talk to someone. There's no shame in that. And then
No.
as you start working with your spiritual guide or your therapist or, your trusted source,
Hmm.
start writing to yourself, talking to your inner child, saying, listen, I know we've been through hell and back.
Okay.
Let's forgive ourselves first
Hmm.
for feeling like we deserve to feel what we felt all these years, for carrying all the weight that we've had to carry when some
Hmm.
of it was not ours to carry.
Hmm.
Because guilt is a lot of reasons why people feel stuck too, or
Yeah.
why they feel so disconnected. You're carrying so much stuff that you don't really know which way to go. Put it down.
Yeah.
Doesn't belong
Exactly.
to you.
Exactly. I mean, that's very very powerful, and I mean what you just say here is very very important. We have to accept ourselves too. And
Mhm.
like what you say, take a walk. Read a book, read a journal. Listen to music. If you are disconnected, it helps too. But here is another one too. What is the difficult lesson life taught you are grateful of today?
That I am enough.
You are
That
enough.
who I am is exactly who I was designed and created to be.
Okay.
That someone else's opinion of me does not reflect my opinion of myself. And the
Hmm.
hardest thing that I've had to learn and that I'm still learning, even in my own journey, is how to love myself in a healthy way.
Okay.
And for me, that looks like setting boundaries, learning how
Okay.
to say no. And because I say no, it doesn't mean that I don't love you or that I don't care. It just means that I have to put myself first.
Okay.
So learning to love me, putting myself first, setting boundaries that are healthy, removing myself from toxicity,
Okay.
learning how to speak in a calm tone, because for me, arguing is a no-no. If we
Yeah.
cannot speak in a tone that's respectful of each other's opinions, even if
Hmm.
they are the harder ones to hear, we're not going to have a conversation. I'll say, hey, can we table that? Can we pin
Okay.
that for another time? Let's
Another
walk
time.
away.
Okay.
hmm
I
So
mean that's
learning to
very
love
learn.
myself.
Okay. I mean, you really talk a lot about reading and how to understand yourself and how to be in peace. But can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. If you could speak to the younger version of yourself, what could you tell the person? What is that one thing you wish more people to do?
Accept the fact that you cannot change everyone else's opinion of you. Accept the
Okay.
fact that you can change certain things that have happened to you in life, but you can learn from them. you can grow, you can
Okay.
evolve,
Okay.
you can work through it, and you can change, you can be the change that you want to see in the world.
Okay. That's powerful.
That's
If you could leave an advice to my audience, what
the
will be that advice, to people?
first, I would say that I know that many people that may be listening are going
Yeah.
through a tough. It is reaching. Things are reaching on a global scale. You
Yeah.
are not alone. No matter what it may feel like, what it may seem like, you are not by yourself. There is someone out there that is listening. There is
Listen.
someone out there that cares. There is
Mm,
someone out there that wants to be of service. There is someone
mm,
out there that understands a lot of what you have probably gone through in life, even if they never share that with you.
yeah.
Find your safe space within yourself.
Which is
Learn how
important.
to sit with self, sit within your own company. Learn how to recognize that you don't deserve what
Okay.
the world says you deserve,
Wow.
because
Wow.
you can be your own being. You can be your own goddess. You can be your own god. You can be your own king and queen. You are worthy. You are loved. You are thought about. Someone does give a shit. Excuse my French, and I hope
Yeah.
that's okay. But someone
It's
does
okay.
care.
Yeah.
Someone does care. But be open. Be open minded. Just because we
Yeah.
were taught a specific thing in life or growing up does not mean that that is law. There is room for growth. There's room to search yourself. There's room to learn about other religions. There's room to learn about, other viewpoints. And there's also room to say, okay, you know what? I understand that you feel that way. That's not in my wheelhouse. That's not how I feel, but I respect how you feel. I receive
Uh,
it and learn to take away what you need to receive from something, and also learn how to release and let go what doesn't serve the betterment of your life.
yeah. Wow. I mean, thank you very much, for Tommy, for your time and the energy. I really
You
appreciate, the wisdom of words you just,
know,
talk about here, which is something, many people like me, have to learn from it, how to accept ourselves and to accept who we are, to forgive ourselves, to appreciate ourselves, and to be open, to people whom are close to us, and be an open-minded person, I really thank you. It's a honor and a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much, for your time. I really appreciate. We have been going and coming about the internet, but today we actually did it.
thank you. And I have a WhatsApp group on
I send you my number, then.
send me you're connected to me now, I believe,
Of
via
of
Messenger,
course,
but my information so that you can to anyone that is watching, and for
yeah.
anyone that needs, communication or whatever, whether it's tarot, whether it's Reiki healing, whether it's just to sit amongst the community, because I have expats in my community that live here as well as abroad.
Hmm?
Sit with us and let's start a global space where we can just listen, be seen, be visible, and be heard. I am so open to.
I mean, my mic is echoing. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I hear you.
Your conversation is very, very important. To be honest, I mean, what you just describe about, terror reader and spirituality and healing process, is very, very important. These are the thing people need to hear, because the world we are living today, people are going through a lot, to be honest, and they want to hear this kind of words, from people, who will listen to them, I don't know. I think we have to do a program about these things, you know to to make people to aware. I don't know what you think about it, and maybe I will just call you, we talk about it, maybe once in a week, we talk about something healing process, because these are the things the world need to hear, to be honest,
Yeah, absolutely. And
this
it's
this
and again, it's not an easy task because you're gonna come across people that feel like that's not my problem. Why should I be the one to have to listen to somebody else's stuff? But the thing about it is, but what happens when you yourself goes through something? Don't you want somebody to simply be able to listen? Or
Mhm.
don't you need someone to guide you when you feel like you can't guide yourself? So honestly, that the I believe that that I have walked multiple lifetimes.
Yeah,
I've been around the world multiple times as many different things, as many different creatures, and
yeah.
it's a whole system thing with me. But what I'm coming to learn in this life, I
Mhm.
believe with this shift that's happening right now in the world, there is something different in this lifetime and in this realm of living that's just there's a shakeup that needs to happen. And if
Yeah.
everyone continues to believe that it's just not their problem and that they don't have time to hear it or that they don't have time to deal with it, how
Mhm.
are we going to, as a species, evolve, grow, and heal? Otherwise, we're going to just be stuck in the same stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Because I want I sometimes I do videos, these short videos to tell people, no matter how life kick you in any direction, never
Mm-hmm.
give up on yourself. Believe in
Mm-hmm.
yourself, have hope, have faith, trust your journey, trust yourself. I always make those kind of video. I don't know. I make a video, and one boy just sent me a message that, bro, I need your number, and I sent him. I said, he called me and he said, bro, this video, like you just talk to me. I say,
Mm-hmm.
I know people are going through a lot, and most of the people, they are special. I'm gonna talk about my people, our society.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
Okay. There was a lag. So I heard you say
Yeah,
you're going to talk about your society.
yeah. Our people, like African people, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
mentality we have, we we don't understand when somebody is going through a pain. We are not
Mm-hmm.
open up, because why we are not open up is the society, how the society gonna judge us. Many
Mm-hmm.
people are going through a lot, but they are scared to talk to
Yeah.
people, because for example, if I'm open up to somebody else, oh bro, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, they judge you wrong. How you have to be a man, if you understand, and even you are a man, we all go through somehow in life, that you don't understand.
Absolutely.
Like you just say, sometimes you go through something you don't understand what energy you are having, and it happen, a lot, and I sometimes I talk about those kind of things. We have to be open up to people. We have to listen to people, because you don't know what I'm going through. If I don't tell you, you
Mm-hmm.
will not know. I can be smiling at you. I can be walking in the street, but I'm going something that is heavy on me.
Absolutely.
I want somebody else, who will listen to my story without not judging me. Those are the things, the world need, right now, because people are going through a lot, People are going through pain, they don't understand, to be honest.
Absolutely. There's too much and it's becoming it's so overwhelming. And the sad part about it is we're still teaching these
Mm,
generational these generational thought processes that a man excuse me, that a man should not cry, that a
yeah,
man should not show vulnerability, that a man um like you're weak if you have an emotion. You are a being living a human experience, as I say, or you are a human being. Why can't you feel sadness? Who made that a law that said a man cannot show emotion? Because what happens is women are women carry so much. You
Yeah,
really truly do not understand unless you are born a female. We carry so much. That's why a lot of times we feel it mostly in our gut area. We carry the weight of the world. That's why they're called childbearing hips. But
yeah,
we birth men into the world just like we birth women into the world. And what
yeah,
men need to realize is you are as much a duality of femininity as you are masculinity.
yeah. I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying?
yeah,
There's a duality with both genders or with any gender.
yeah,
So that's why they have the saying like mama's boys.
yeah.
Th- There's a reason for that, right?
Exactly. But I think me and you we share something very very common here that we don't even understood. I don't know if you gonna have time maybe once in a week. We're gonna do
Hmm.
maybe 45 minutes like a program to talk about this healing thing and helping people to heal. Because like me too, I want to help people to heal. I don't want people to suffer. I want people are going. If I'm strong, maybe my friend is not strong. Maybe my friend cannot handle something I can handle by myself.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
there are many people they cannot control their emotions. When they are hot, when they
Yes.
feel they don't feel themselves. And these are the
Yes.
things people need to hear. To be honest, really this. I don't know when we gonna have this kind of. Maybe I will. We will talk. I will call you in later because we can arrange something very very important because these are the story really are like people love to hear. And
I
you
I
you
am
are.
I am definitely open to it. I am open to it because I am so exhausted and tired of seeing people go through stuff and feel like they are alone and that they have no one, that understands or that understands.
Mm,
And yeah, I'm open to it because I'll tell you the hardest thing about being a spiritualist is understanding that even for the being that I am and even for
mm,
the things that I've experienced, I have wanted oftentimes to in life on my own terms because it felt so heavy, because it felt so painful just to simply watch
yeah.
certain things unfold in the world that could easily be controlled or contained. But because there's so much hate and so much anger and so much rage out there,
But
the world is basically, running amok right now. But it's
but
not supposed to be that way. And I
no,
know
yeah,
that it's not supposed to be that way because
exactly.
we weren't born that way. We were taught that way to behave.
I mean, you have a lot to offer, Tommy. To be honest, you have a lot to offer to people. I know maybe I don't know, but maybe you feel that people need to listen. But trust me, your people listen to you, whether you know it, you don't know it. There are people who really, really listen to you because what you just talked today, these are the things the world need to hear. To be honest,
Thank you. I received that.
yeah, to be honest, these are the things. This because people are going through mental health problem and they don't know how they gonna go out of their situation. They don't know because through this to be open minded, healing people, to have this self meditation. These are the things people need. This is very very important. Because I can tell you a story. There was a this just a it's a real story. Like a Gambian brother. He live in America. I mean,
Hmm.
he do music. He do music. He went to Gambia to
Hmm.
launch his album. Spend money on doing videos and recording songs. And he went out launch his album, and the expectation he want didn't turn out the way he wanted because he spent money on music and people
Hmm.
didn't turn out to come and support his event, and he was
Hmm.
crying through interviews, crying for help. People come and support me. I need help. Companies help me. Nobody
Hmm.
want to help him. You know why? Because
Hmm.
our people they thought that he's from America. He got money, so nobody gonna help him. He have to help himself. And he
Mhm.
had been going through that. After not the program was not succeed, he went back to America. And guess what happened? He got this mental health problem. He get depressed because of that. And
Mhm.
he ended up doing something which that people don't understand. He burned his car and burned somebody's house too along when he was burning his car because he wanted to kill himself. Because he
Mhm.
couldn't handle the pressure on him. And
Yeah.
many people were misjudging him. They thought that something happened to him. He used drug, but they don't know. Mental health problem is a real thing happening in our society.
Absolutely. Mental health issues happen everywhere. It is a
Yeah,
real struggle. And the problem, that's one of the things when it comes to social media and truth. And this is why it took me so long to actually start to even want to speak my
you need
truths
to speak.
aloud
You
or
need
to
to speak.
even share,
Your
because
voice is
so many
important.
people compare. They compare their lives, their own personal lives, to what they see for people on TV or for what they see for people on social media, when a lot of times certain things are just done for clickbait. A lot of times people are not showing you their actual reality. They're
Exactly.
showing you what they feel like you should see, or trying to keep up with somebody else, when in reality they're suffering. That's why so many celebrities have ended so tragically,
Yeah, exactly.
because people suffer. So money, having money, yes, it is important to have, because right now with the way that the world is set up, you need
Mm,
money to survive.
to
But
survive.
having money is not necessarily going to change
No,
your inner self. Sometimes having money makes the problem worse, because then you have
exactly.
other people coming at
It
you.
does.
You
It
know what I'm
does.
saying? You got
It
cousins
does.
that you ain't never met. You know what I'm saying? Or
It
friends that
does.
haven't talked to you in for I don't know how
It
long.
does.
So
It
you
does.
just gotta, don't compare yourself to somebody else. Just be you. But
But
learn to sit with yourself.
I think we will connect. We will talk about. We have to do
Yes,
something
yes, yes,
more.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, but
Absolutely. You have my information now. So whenever you need, please feel free to reach out.
we will
Because
do
if we
that.
can start something globally, like you,
Exactly. Once in a
you
week, twice in a week, just on your own space, on your own time, because we have this time different too. That's. But we will
yeah,
find it. We will find it. We will create the best time, for that fit for all of us, to talk to people, because this is what people
yeah.
need to hear. These are the things.
I'm open to it, and I'm thankful and I'm in gratitude that you're even willing to do that. I mean,
Yeah,
and hopefully it'll cross, from where you are in the globe to where I am currently
it
in the
will,
globe,
it
even back
will,
home
it
to
will,
America.
it will
So
cross
that's
people,
three countries right
because you
there
have.
of people traveling that now know you and that now know me. I think there's a lag there.
Hello.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
you're back. There was a
I mean,
lag.
but I will send you a message. Then we can, fix things. Maybe probably the beginning, September anyhow. But you just to know your schedules, and everything, and so we can fix things, and we can make something, happen to make people, to aware people, to help people, because you have a lot to offer to people, and you
As do
shouldn't.
you.
Thank you. But thank you for
As
your
do
time.
you.
I really appreciate, the conversation. To be honest with you, I really, really, really appreciate the conversation.
Thank
Because
you. Thank you
I
for
learn a
having
lot
me.
from you through this conversation. Like it's very, very important people to be open minded to each other, and accept each other and love and care for each other, because the world we are living is crazy. We are living in a crazy world, and life is too short. Maybe you want kindness, as you say, kindness doesn't cost nothing. Kindness
Yeah.
is a free gift. So this kindness, what kindness, to talk to people, they need it, this healing conversation. People need it, and they will sit and listen to this conversation, and they will see themselves inside this conversation. Oh, what these people are talking about, this is true. I'm going through this. Okay, this is the support. thing I should do to heal myself, to the guiding process, through spirituality and everything, But thank you very much, for your time. I really appreciate your time and your energy.
Thank you. I mean, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you, and thank you to your audience for taking out the time
Thank
to
you.
listen.
Thank you.
Hopefully, it was understood, and I'm here.
Thank
So
you. We
thank
will
you. I
connect.
enjoyed
I
my
will,
time with you. Thank you so much.
of course, I will send you a message. We will connect.
Yes, please do.
Thank you.
Okay, be at peace, please, everyone.
And
Be at
you too.
peace, love
Thank you.
yourself. Blessings and guidance to all.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.